that, you know, innocent people are being harassed and messed with. I think I might make another round here before I go into my place. But what else was I gonna talk about? I really don't know, guys. I kind of just turned on the camera. I don't even know, you know, I'm gonna have to wait for my internet connection to restart to even put this video out, so I don't know how long it's gonna take me to get this out. Hopefully my internet will come back on today. But I hope you guys are hanging in there too. We just gotta hang on. We gotta hold on and pray to God and just pray for miracles and trust in the universe to give us some way out of this. Keep on doing our activism, you know, getting information out, and just hoping God will take that and you know, make society do the right thing, because it seems like it's gonna have to be forced. You know, people are making so much money off of this, and just, you know, people don't even believe in it. They don't even know about the technology, you know, while we're being murdered. It's pretty frustrating, and I guess frustrating's just doesn't really hit the mark. It's not a word that really hits the mark. The front of my head, it just feels like there's so much pressure on the inside of my skull. Just all night they sit there just with the chatterbox. I think sometimes it's real time, but most of my chatterbox V2K is just you know, it's automated. They've got a software, and they've got they put phrases in there and work it into a, you know, pattern that sounds like a conversation, saying things like, you know, turn it up, I'm not playing around with this guy anymore. And then the woman on there is like, you know, this is evil, I'm leaving, you know. So just that same narrative over and over. They say a bunch of different phrases, but it's hard, like when I'm on a video, it's hard to go through it to remember them all. I might just, you know, I mentioned this in another video, I might just one time pull out the camera and just say what my V2K is saying, if it's the woman or the man. It's excruciating to my brain. Like after 8 years, well, about 7 years of V2K. There's a fire truck. Another fire truck. I wonder where the fire is at like 9 o'clock in the morning. I wonder if there's a big fire somewhere. Alright guys, well, I might go to 30 minutes since I'm already doing this. I kind of have to stop talking when I stop the car because the engine shakes so bad. And I don't think I'd have enough money to fix it, so I'm just driving the car until it craps out on me, you know. Trying to survive with the money I have. It's really weird though. I've never even been in a car that's had problems like this. Yeah, the front of my head just feels like, oh my God. It feels like I need to go to a doctor right now. Like I need to go to the emergency room because of what's happening with my body and my mind, but we can't, because they're just going to be like, you know, I guess you could tell them about the pain and then maybe get some pain medication, but it's like so expensive and they're not actually going to deal with the real problem. So I'm going to go ahead and wait for, and that's the Walmart where the guy pulled the bat out, threatened me. I had no idea who he was, didn't know what he was doing, who he was, or anything like that, but he threatened me with a bat. Say that's just a regular everyday event that everybody goes through, huh? Not some target individual being gang stalked by a bunch of like weirdos who feel like they can do anything to innocent Americans. And I really, you know, I'm always like saying, I guess this is a video where I'm going to kind of be, you know, letting it all out here. I always say, you know, we should realize that some of these gang stalkers, you know, they think they're fighting terrorism. They think they're doing something good, you know, for the city or their country. But, you know, the other night I was driving around. I had a lot of one-light car vehicular stalking, and I was just like, it's so nefarious. Like, the kind of covert stalking couldn't possibly help society in any way, and anybody who thinks that it could help society is actually so fucking retarded that, you know, it's hard to have any kind of compassion. Like, oh, well, they think they're doing something good for society. Because, you know, people should realize that driving around a one-light car and hiding the fact that you are intimidating an innocent citizen, like, even if, I don't know, even whatever they're saying, like, that we're crazy or whatever, but it's so nefarious and so underhanded that I don't see how a normal person could ever think that that is like fighting terrorism or fighting crime or keeping things safe. So, you know, at best, I would call these people, like the non-violent gang stalkers, just really, really retarded. Like, having stuff, like they can't figure out anything and they just go along with whatever. Just whatever rut is dug out in front of them, that's just what they're gonna do their whole life, you know? Like, they can never make their own destiny, they can never invent anything or create anything. It's just whatever dumb thing somebody tells them to do. So I'm pretty angry right now, so I'm just kind of ranting. I really can't think too well to make a good video, guys. And just sitting tonight, and here's a one light, another one light. I'm getting some good one light car vehicular evidence though. And I don't know, those firemen, pretty suspicious. Two fire trucks going out at 9 o'clock in the morning, and I had a fire, like a fire department, like a, ooh, that's a good one right there. Getting a lot of it. I don't know, because nothing happened or anything. I was about 10 feet away, no, 20 feet away from a wreck that happened near me. And here's the police. Yeah, I'm getting tons of vehicular stalking, guys. I have no idea. It must be because of that. It was actually right here. You see this little U-turn thing right here? I was going across, like I was going this way, and somebody was coming where I am coming right now, where I'm driving right now, and then somebody drove from where that car was across into the guy who was turning, and I was like right here, like in the middle of this thing. So I was way away from it. It had nothing to do with me. It was two stupid people, and it must be from that. Like, there must have been some kind of lying, like from the people who are microwaving me and surveilling me. There must have been some kind of lie or something like that, that since I was close to the wreck, I don't know. I was thinking about like helping the people or whatever, but I was like, I'm so far away from it. It has nothing to do with me at all. It might be something from that though, but it's like hella picked up. I mean, it is just, they're pulverizing my head and just doing, you know, so much chatterbox stuff, and it's really bad. It's really bad, and just trying to kind of sit there and watch old DVDs and keep my mind off of it. I found a really good thing though last night. I mean, well, it was 2 days ago really, and it really kept my mind off of things. And then they just shut my internet down. Like, I know it was my attackers because it had nothing to do with my wireless. I paid my bill for AT&T. I called AT&T and they said there shouldn't be a problem. So, and that's just, it's awesome how we still pay our bills and stuff for everything. You know, we still pay our, you know, electricity bill and, you know, our bill for internet and phone, and, you know, our attackers can just hack into everything, and while they torture us, you know, So, I mean, it's just been so long. I mean, years, just almost a decade of knowing I've been tortured. And then really about 2 decades, because a whole decade of me being tortured when I didn't know I was being tortured. So it hasn't been fun. Trying to think of some positive things to say, but I'm not feeling very positive right now. I guess I'm just kind of doing just documenting I guess just documenting what's going on with me. I'm gonna have to try and get my newer computer fixed, so hopefully I can get on the internet and maybe still moderate calls. I might have to stop for a while because they're just freezing up the old computer, and I can't. People are like cutting in and out on the calls, and then I'm cutting in and out. So they're kind of accomplishing their task of making the calls that I moderate impossible. I just don't have enough money to fix it all, But I'm gonna work it out, guys. I guess I'm just kind of complaining right now about how bad it is. It's pretty awful. I don't see many changes in my individual situation. I just see like I have no idea why the stalking picked up so much, but it has really picked up. I mean, in the last week, it has just severely picked up with authority, and it hasn't been like that in months and months. And I didn't do anything. I didn't change anything. I guess they're hurting me more with the directed energy weapons. I mean, they're firing upon me 24 hours a day and really just laying into my brain. Where it does, yeah, it's gotta be going to that neurologist for that. I mean, the gang stalkers don't know that, but my team and probably the team who's microwaving me and their whoever's above them, whoever they report to, is probably talking to DHS fusion centers and really lighting me up to try and have something happen before I can go to my neurologist and get all the testing done. I think they're very frightened of that, of us connecting things to the Cuban embassy attacks, and getting something that's very, very concrete that everybody knows about. All right, guys, I'm having a lot of trouble thinking and just cussing and I'm having a really hard time thinking and saying words. So I'm gonna go inside and see if my internet's reconnected somehow magically. I mean, it was awesome what I found, and I was just like totally, I was totally into it and out of the tour. Just forgot about it because it was like any comic book you wanted to read, you could just look up. Superman #1, just like anything. I mean, you could just anything you could think of, and I was like, man, I'm missing all these comics, and I can just read them here, and then I have the other comics to fill in, and it was really awesome. And I guess it's something different, looking at it a different way on the tablet. So it was really getting me out of the remote neural manipulation, and I was just totally ignoring the V2K. And then, the day after that, they just shut down the internet. And it's stayed like that. It's happened before, but it hasn't lasted this long. So I know it's my attackers doing something, or they have somebody in AT&T who just helps them out while I pay for the bill. They have, DHS Fusion Centers has people working in AT&T to just shut you down, and the people that you call into, they have no idea about any of that. And I would bet 100% on that. That's not some kind of theory that I came up with. That is probably 100% true, because DHS Fusion Centers just has, people, and probably the contractors have people that work for them in a bunch of different businesses. Alright, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this one. God is still behind this. Sorry for being so negative, but it's really hurting. My brain is on fire. It's like on microwave fire. And then just, they're kicking my head in with the V2K, just externally being fired upon by a lot of stuff. I'm going to try and pick myself back up and take care of some things. I think I'll just put this video out, to give you guys an update on how I'm doing. But I'll put out something a little bit better, shortly. But I will see you guys on the next one. I hope you guys are doing well. God bless you, and let's keep going. Let's keep going. We got miracles coming this year. Things suck, but they're gonna get better. All right, guys.